Hi, my name is DJ, aka Gemini Horror, and today I want to talk about 3-head cassette decks. Before we get started, I just want to talk about how I'm going to probably be doing my YouTube channel, and that's just going to be sharing the stuff that I know and the stuff that I've found. So there'll be a lot of references to other videos. For instance, Hainbach just came out with a video showing how to use the 3-head cassette deck as a delay, which I'll be talking about a little bit too today. And there's actually a really great video by TechMoan describing the history of these machines that I'm going to link in the description below. And hopefully that'll give you like a nice background to what's going on with this machine or these machine types, I guess I should say. Because really, you know, people ask me all the time about what specific model is this, what is this. That's not really important. What's important is that it's a 3-head tape deck. That's the magic of it. And that applies to even like reel-to-reels. Reel-to-reel players, a lot of them were 3-head. And that's actually where, you know, delay comes from. The old slapback delay is sort of the origin of delay. It's all there. You can check out the Wikipedia page. It's really interesting. And these machines are just a newer version of that, I guess you could say. But I think what makes these guys so popular is their form. I mean, it's pretty small. I mean, here's a guitar pedal. You can kind of see it's not like so obnoxious that you couldn't bring it with you live. And I think that's why these guys are so popular. Here's a Marantz 3-head, and here's a Sony 3-head. See, they're pretty much the same size, and they're competitors, obviously. Now, you've probably already noticed with this one, it's got a little modification going on. Uhlectronic, actually, which I'll link below, he modified it for me, so we'll play with that in a minute, too. I also wanted to show you guys this. This is the Matic pedal, made by Pedals by Dave, which I'll link also in the description. This is based off the Matic chip, which basically is like a small mixer, from what I understand. I might be totally wrong, so if I'm wrong, let me know. It's basically a tiny mixer, so you can use this in conjunction with any 3-head machine, and you know, you have I got my volume, my mix, and my repeats, and I can kind of tweak it and get the sound I want. The only other thing that I've seen on pedals like this, or when they do like full mods, is they'll have a little high-pass filter, I think, or low-pass filter, I forget which one. But that'll just help clean up the sound and get you longer delays, and it's pretty cool. And I also want to talk about how I use this in a live setup. People ask me all the time, or they're like, what the heck are you doing? I don't understand. So we'll talk about that too. So basically what's unique about the 3-head machines is the extra head, the extra playhead. So when the tape's going through, you get another playhead, which allows for live processing or delay, because you can take that signal and put it back into the machine, and then you get, you know, that's basically what a delay does. So you get that whole thing kind of going on. And with the live processing, that allows you to process anything, but you have to understand that there is a little bit of delay. So I wouldn't recommend playing an instrument through it, like literally playing keys or playing the guitar, because I think from my experience, it kind of messes with my head. You know, you go to do something and there's like a little bit of delay, it throws you off. But if you have anything pre-sequenced, like something you would do on the Volca, or I don't know, in your DAW in Ableton or whatever, anything that's like already pre-made and you're just tweaking the parameters, I would say this is a good thing to use. That's a good application, and that's what I do a lot in my videos. I'll already have something already going, so I'm not actually playing, I'm just, you know, messing with delay times, or I'm messing with filters or something like that. And in a minute I'll show you guys how I do that. We'll probably use the Voca FM to do that. I'm also going to link another video where a guy shows you how to use a reel-to-reel player in a mixer, just like the Hainbach approach, same thing, it's just with the reel-to-reel. And that's this reel-to-reel video is actually how I found out about this process, or what sort of led me down the rabbit hole to get into this kind of stuff. So hopefully it inspires you too. It's very straightforward. Again, the Hainbach one is pretty much the same thing, you know, the way he shows you how you use a mixer with the ins and outs of this, but obviously it's just a reel-to-reel. Also, I want to show you, you don't have to use a mixer necessarily, or a pedal. You can use your DAW, and that's basically works as a mixer. But what that allows you to do is a little bit more crazy stuff, you know. I personally use Ableton, and there's so many effects, and now with the, Max for Live and all that kind of stuff, you can get pretty crazy, and you can put those things in the chain of the cassette player. So you can add another delay in there, and you kind of add it in the loop, and then you get something even crazier and even more wild, or you get like a reverb or distortion or whatever. It's just endless what you can do. I think that's really interesting. So this is basically how I do live processing. You see the audio out is going into the microphone in, and this is set to source to be to tape. And that's really a big part of this, is whenever you're looking for a machine that you're going to buy to do the 3-head thing, or just to double check, make sure that it has the source. You can pick the source. So like right now, if I go to source to just monitor, that's just like your typical setup. Oh wow, that was a little rough there, I thought. Okay, so when I'm hitting it, the notes are playing right when I'm hitting it. If I go to tape, see that I'm in record mode. See the delay? So that's why I say, if you're going to do that, already have something going on whatever you're using. So for instance, I'll just play this, what I have. And then I can mess with stuff. You can also hear it distorting a little bit. That's actually on purpose. I can get the volume lower and get a pretty clean thing going on. But I can also distort it, which is actually, the distortion on this really is great. Obviously, depending on what you're trying to do. So I got the output of the Volca going into the Echo Matic, then the output of that going into my mixer, or which is Ableton right now, and then these are going to the in and the out. Alright, so I'm just going to start the same thing I was doing before, and I'm going to start messing with it, and you kind of hear what it sounds like. As you can see, it's very temperamental, and I can also change the times just a little bit. So really the only modification I would do to this machine is to just have a knob where I could change the motor speed. Because once I could do that, then I could really change the time like a normal delay pedal. So like you see when I mess with these, you can hear that the delay time changes. Very subtly. Oh, that one's pretty drastic. And then here's the modified one by Uhlectronic. So I got the input going into the input. He took out the speaker and added a couple switches and knobs and stuff. So again, I'll just play this. And honestly, this is the first time I played with it, so Bear with me a little. That's me. There's the vocal FM loop, the same one we've been using. This is going to the 3-head cassette deck, and then this is from the 2-head cassette deck. And then what we'll do is we'll use this send, which is basically, it's the same thing as when you use a real mixer. We're just doing it in the computer, just to show you that there's lots of versatility in this, and there's a few ways to do it. And what's cool about this is you can already see on my on my feedback, I have a filter which I'll be messing with. I have another delay and the beat repeat, just to show you what you can add onto it and or put into the chain. And you can also do this with a regular mixer. If you have a delay pedal or whatever, you can put that in between and sort of add make it just like the next level thing, just make it so over the top and ridiculous if you want, or maybe there's just something you like about your chorus pedal or whatever, or it doesn't have to be a pedal, maybe it's whatever, I don't know, something that affects the sound. And also I wanted to say real quick that when you're doing live processing too, if you don't have a mixer and all you have is like let's say the Volca FM and the cassette player, that's fine. Just put Volca FM, delay pedal, then 3-head cassette deck, and you get that feeling. It's not the same. You're definitely not doing tape delay through it, but you're emulating it and you're getting that color and that cassette sound, which I did for a long time and I still do, because sometimes I just prefer that sound. So there's just so many ways you can use this machine. It's so awesome. Okay, so here we go. I'm just gonna stop talking because I've been talking too much. All right, so now I'm gonna bring up the feedback channel. You hear that pretty delay going on, and then we can feed it back into itself, because this send is going to go right back into the 3-head, which is going out to my channel 3 on my mixer, which is to the input of the cassette. Okay. So again, yeah, same concept as a regular mixer. All right, let's see if we can push it a little bit. So that sounds pretty great. So now let's just make it even crazier. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna go for it. Let's put a little LFO on there. Oh, here, let's change this rate real quick. That's too ridiculous. Let me change the depth too. So you can see you really start to do some crazy stuff. Now let's do the beat repeat just because I love beat repeat. You can kind of hear them. And here, let's actually just throw this in here and see what happens. It's kind of more what I want, I think. Let's turn this on too. Let's have both of them going. So you can kind of see the limitlessness that presents itself. And then real quick, I'm just going to do just an old trick. 1 second. Take the simple delay. And mine's set to full wet, so now there's all that's going through is just the delayed signal. So what that means is basically I can change this into any time that I want. Which is pretty, I mean, it's pretty amazing. Now we can turn the other stuff on too. So you kind of get the picture. So hopefully now you know a little bit more about these machines and how I use them, and hopefully you use one and you test it out. They're pretty cool. If you have anything you'd like me to talk about, let me know in the comments below. I have a couple ideas, but only like 2 or 3, and I'll be making videos about that as soon as I can. But if there's anything that you want to know about or anything that I do, I would love to make a video about it. So just hit me up. Alright, thank you for watching.